once again talking gas prices tonight because we are getting close to the highest ever on record. What it now means that the last oil tanker just docked in Long Beach.
The city of Chula Vista discussing their budget for next year. What the mayor has to say tonight.
CBP detained several cruise ship workers, and community groups say they want answers. They want to know why these people were detained and where they are now.
A 10-year-old little girl was sexually assaulted in Poway over the weekend, and now the sheriff's office needs your help to find the suspect.
Bike lane backlash near a historic church in Little Italy. We have reaction on both sides.
The city is investing millions in EV chargers for underserved communities, but will it be enough to power a shift in the next On the Move?
Tonight, although a U.S.-Iran ceasefire still stands, there is new turmoil in the Strait of Hormuz, and it's likely to impact your wallet and the price you pay for gas. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. Prices are already at the highest we've seen in 4 years. And the last known oil shipment that did make it safely through the strait just arrived in Long Beach.
News 8's Jenny Day joins us live after talking to the gas experts at AAA about what you can expect. Jenny.
Yeah, so 2 million barrels of crude oil are thankfully at least now here in California after making it through that all-important Strait of Hormuz. But now this ceasefire that is hanging by a thread leaves the next shipment in limbo and therefore the price of gas. Here's what President Trump had to say today.
They'll drop lower than they were. That's a very small price to pay for getting rid of a nuclear weapon from people that are really mentally deranged.
The president has repeatedly said gas prices will drop once the war ends. However, the United States' latest attempt, Project Freedom, aiming to guide commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz, has led to missiles fired by Iran.
We have beaten them badly. They're talking, now they're reduced to little boats with a machine gun on the front of them.
Our military confirming no U.S. ships were hit, but it's again stranding ships in the strait and impacting the price at the pump.
With the strait disrupted or closed, even temporarily, it can delay supply, drive up shipping costs, and quickly push global oil prices higher.
Again, the last oil tanker from the Middle East just docked in Long Beach. Could be weeks or potentially months before the next one arrives.
People want to know, when can they finally start to see some sort of relief?
National average today is $4.48. AAA says that's up 30 cents in 1 week. The average price for a gallon in California today is $6.13.
So we know that gas prices jumped 3 cents overnight, 16 cents in a week, 21 cents in a month, and $1.44 in a year. The highest recorded average price in San Diego, $6.43. That was on October 5th of 2022.
Refinery maintenance, Memorial Day travel around the corner, and that always more expensive summer blend are also contributing to the rising price of gas. Now, despite no breakthrough talks with Iran today, President Trump certainly continues to say that Tehran does want to make a deal. And I also want you to know we have information right now on CBS8.com that will guide you to the cheapest gas spots here in town. Marcella.
Jenny, $6.18 a gallon. That number keeps getting higher and higher. What are we hearing about it actually reaching $7 a gallon?
Yeah, so AAA, who I spoke to today, does not make predictions, but our friends at Gas Buddy do believe that it could happen. Maybe not technically in San Diego, but for our California average, they are saying that that could happen, and then it puts diesel at $8.50 or $9 a gallon, and you know it, there's just a ripple effect. We will all remain hopeful.
Really changing the drive-it habits of a lot of people who just can't afford to do life as they used to do it. Thanks so much, Jenny. And as she just mentioned, we are working for you, helping you find the least expensive gas among the expensive prices across the county. Text the word gas to the number there on your screen, 858-571-8888, and we will send you a link to a map where you can find the lowest prices. Right now, the city manager for Chula Vista is presenting his budget for the next fiscal year.
News 8's Steffi Roche joins us live outside the meeting. And Steffi, I understand you caught up with Chula Vista's mayor this afternoon. What did he have to say about that proposed budget?
Well, he tells me he is excited and proud of this proposed budget. And Mayor John McCann says the budget is balanced. Now, Mayor McCann tells me the city's budget includes strong reserves, no layoffs, and no cuts to services. He tells me the priority of the budget is public safety, fire and police, incentives for affordable housing and home ownership, and investing in infrastructure in parks and roads. Here at News 8, we're extensively covering San Diego's controversial proposed budget for fiscal year 2027. Due to San Diego's approximately $118 million deficit, their proposal includes major funding cuts to the arts, libraries, and parks and rec. But Mayor McCann tells me that is not the case here, and he believes the proposed budget will benefit the city and its residents.
We went out to the public, listened to them, understood what their priorities were. One thing we want to do is we want to be able to hire additional police officers. We're one of the safest cities in the county and in the state, and we want to maintain that level of good public safety.
The council will be voting tonight to move this proposed budget forward. And Mayor McCann says he hopes the budget will appear on the agenda for the next city council meeting for a final vote. But for now, reporting live from Chula Vista, I'm Steffi Roche, News 8.
Thank you, Steffi. New video of several Disney cruise ship workers being detained by Customs and Border Protection officers has community groups demanding answers. That incident happened nearly 2 weeks ago at the B Street Pier.
News 8's Kelly Hessedal has more on what those groups had to say. She also spoke to the witness who shot that video. Kelly?
Yeah, and that witness says she was on that Disney cruise with her family for 4 days. They were getting off the ship here at the B Street Pier when she says she noticed some of the employees that she'd been getting to know during the trip in handcuffs. Take a listen.
And I saw several officers and employees and restraints being escorted on between the boat and between customs on the port.
Darmi Mehta says she shot this video April 23rd as about 10 employees from Disney's Magic cruise ship were put into CBP vans. Did you recognize the employees?
Yes, actually 2 of the employees had been serving my family the duration of our stay on the trip. So one of them was our personal host at dining, so we saw him every evening. And actually we had breakfast with him that morning.
And what was going through your mind when you saw them being detained?
I was shocked. Actually, it was just really unsettling just because they were serving us just moments before, and, they did everything they can to give us such a great experience. And then here they are in this situation.
Today, several community groups, including American Friends Service Committee and Union del Barrio, gathered, demanding to know why these workers were detained and where they are now. Benjamin Prado says they contacted CBP, got nowhere, and contacted Disney as well.
And eventually, when we ended up with a supervisor, number one, they were completely oblivious that a person was taken off their vessel. And number two, they even questioned whether what we were saying was true.
He says this isn't the only incident in San Diego. April 25th, he says 4 cruise ship employees from the MV Zaandam were detained by CBP too. The reason and their whereabouts also unclear. For Mehta, she says what she witnessed left her with so many questions.
What's going to happen with them? We knew the boat was leaving the same day. So it's, if they get released, where do they go? How do they get home? Do they get back on the boat? Where are they?
Now, I reached out to Disney for comment. So far, I haven't heard back. I reached out to Holland America for comment. They directed me to CBP. I asked CBP for details. Was this an immigration-related matter? Was this a criminal matter? All a spokesperson would say is that they are working on putting a statement together, so I'll keep you posted. Kelly Hessedal, News 8.
Thanks, Kelly. Do you recognize this man? The San Diego County Sheriff's Office is searching for him, saying he's involved in a suspicious encounter with a child over the weekend in Poway.
News 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Poway with the details. Alex?
Yeah, that's right. And that suspicious encounter happened in the intersection just behind me here on Saturday evening, as that man is suspected of sexually battering a 10-year-old little girl. Now, the San Diego Sheriff's Office, they do have an artist drawing of the suspect. You're taking a look on your screen there. The Sheriff's Office says the battery took place around 6 p.m. last Saturday night on Midland Road near where it intersects with Poway Road, which is right where I'm standing. The victim's 13-year-old female friend was with her and screamed for the man to stop. We're told he fled the scene on an electric scooter. Sheriff's helicopter, K-9, and deputies searched the area but were unable to locate him. Child Abuse Unit detectives took over the investigation and also searched the area but were unable to find the suspect. I spoke to a Poway resident today who was shocked to hear this happened near where he lives.
I mean, it is really awful. It's terrible. And I think, we ought to have more people, paying attention to the kids. I'd be out there every day searching for them. I mean, that's just horrendous. I can't even imagine what the parents feel like.
Sheriff's investigators say the suspect is described as a Hispanic male, approximately 30 to 40 years old, medium build and complexion. He's approximately 5'10", black shaved hair with a receding hairline, a large nose, acne scars, unshaven, and bushy eyebrows. He was last seen wearing black sunglasses, a gray-colored hooded sweatshirt, and black shorts. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to call the Sheriff's Child Abuse Unit or the San Diego Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in Poway, I'm Alex Cheney, News 8. Back over to you.
Thanks, Alex. Hope they can get some leads. The San Diego Padres are teaming up with the San Diego Blood Bank to once again help save lives.
Today marks the 10th annual Padres Summer Blood Drive at Petco Park. They're looking to help get ahead of a slump in donations that typically comes during the summer when donations drop because of school breaks and vacations. The goal is 700 donors. Anyone who donates gets a limited edition T-shirt along with a pair of tickets to a Padres home game later this month. Donations are being accepted until 7 p.m. tonight. And as the Padres are out on the road, you can stay up to date with them with specials and the latest developments, all streaming on our free CBS 8 app. A local group wants you to stop using sticky glue traps.
We're going to share why still ahead. Plus, pushback over a proposed bike lane in Little Italy. Why some say it will lead to even more safety issues.
And the concerns mounting tonight, weeks ahead of the FIFA World Cup kicking off in the United States.
It was a dreary start to the day as we did have some cloud cover that was out there, but then we started to see more of that sunshine by the afternoon hours, and we are still talking about that low pressure system exiting. You still see the clouds out there. We're gearing up for a warm up into next week. All those details are coming up.